Greetings and salutations, humans. This is Froggy and Friends, and we are playing, well, kind of playing Feytastic Time. So, alrighty. Well, let's go through kind of what happened last time in Feytastic Time. Let's see here. We started off at the carnival in the Big Top, and then y'all were fighting a bunch of clowns, and the little boy you brought with you unzipped his body and he became a a really terrifying clown demon. Um, Steve asked for some help, and that help manifest as a donut that walked out from behind a pole, and you all were teleported and brought forth to, in essence, like a candy land, the land of sweets. And yep, a land of sweets. And you talked to the candy goddess, along with other things. Then you woke up in Mommy's realm, and Bare Hands got married. And yeah, so that happened. And yeah, so like honestly thinking about it, Bare Hands is the son-in-law to a high-level hag who is an archfey. He is the king of a realm in the Fey realm, so he's becoming an archfey. And I don't think I want to really delve into that with you guys. Insane Bare Hands. Like,
I'm your new patron.
yeah, that's what would happen. Yeah. And
You're all forcibly warlocks now.
pretty much. Like automatically high level warlocks with pacts that you don't necessarily want or need. Yeah, so
That would change constantly.
yes. So that's why we're going to start a new campaign. We can come back to Feytastic Time,
I broke the last one. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
but that means if you're not able to be here, we could play
Yes,
Steve and Guthrie.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe trying to get away from Bare Hands or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd get away. I don't know that I want to, though.
Yeah, I know you don't. You don't. But
Steve is all in.
yes, he was. Yeah, so let's kind of chat about what you guys possibly want to do a beat.
Like, character-wise? Or
Yeah.
Like... Okay, I'll go first,
Okay.
I guess. This is going to be a bit of a surprise for Froggy.
Oh, okay. Let's change his mind.
I am going to play a gnome pugilist by the name of Punchy.
Now a gnome barbarian broke the last game. So
Okay, I'll be a halfling.
No, I'm not. No, I'm just saying there are risks. There are risks to this. Punchy.
Really?
Do you know any lore about this character already?
He's talked about
Oh, okay.
doing
Alright.
stuff, and like I usually have a rule about no joke characters,
Yeah.
He's not a joke character.
but it sounds like it. Punchy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best name I got.
We'll work on that. That could be a nickname or something.
I have
Well,
three.
yeah, it is.
I have three choices. So, however far we go, or whichever this
Okay.
group goes along, there's either a bugbear monk,
Uh-huh.
an elf wizard, real out of the blue on that one, and a warforged artificer. So I'm leaning towards the Warforged Artificer.
Okay.
Hey, don't you be doing that stuff. Don't.
I was not expecting.
No magic. No.
I'll be honest. I had no idea that was gonna happen. My phone just did it.
So you just doing this? Yep.
That's a gnome.
Yep, that's a gnome.
That's a gnome.
Yep, okay.
That's a
well,
gnome.
he's a gnome.
That was magic.
Yep. Yep. That is really funny.
Okay. Ideas that I have was a bugbear assassin rogue,
Okay.
Okay.
the human aberrant mind searcher,
Okay.
and a half-orc zealot barbarian.
Oh.
Ooh.
So both of you are wanting to be more in the front lines this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, both of you are more backline characters.
You have been. Yeah. Okay, so
I will choose Artificer then. I will. Yes. Okay. I'll choose Artificer.
Okay.
Because I was gonna do like a Blade Singer, wizard. If I was gonna do a wizard, that would be way too much close quarters combat.
Yeah.
It would just be like a murder ball. Just get him.
Yeah. Okay,
Get
so
all of them.
okay, so Neil and Chris, they know what they're doing. Now Jeff, we've got those 3 awesome choices.
Yeah.
Tell me about this half-orc zealot barbarian that you have the idea of.
Okay.
It's not like you're partial to
a,
zealot barbarians.
And half-orcs. Okay, my first character I played... Well, the first character I ever played was AD&D, and it was a dwarf fighter. Then my first actual campaign that I ran with, and I only played for 2 hours, and that was like when I was in 4th grade. But then when I was in high school and actually got to play with people, it was Gench Foulgrin, half-orc barbarian. Intelligence 6. And that was that was 3rd edition. So I've been partial to half-orcs forever.
Yeah.
So just what kind of ideas do you have with this half-orc zealot barbarian?
I'm thinking either a full orc or a half orc, but they've been like scarred and marked for like being a runt,
Okay.
and then literally brought to like death's doorstep, and then they live through being like beat by their own tribe and everything, and that starts their zealot barbarian. Of like they get so fueled and enraged that they just don't die.
Oh, so you're because of the zealot barbarian, the not dying thing. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just throwing a random idea out there. You don't have the Van Richten guide, do you?
No.
Okay. There's an additional subclass you can add to a race.
Okay.
Because he could have died.
What, a revenant?
That's true.
Kind of.
Is it still a barbarian or?
No, it's just his species.
Yeah.
It just you actually get a form of dread.
Ooh.
Yeah. So this I need to. I'm glad I opened this book because it reminds me of all the things that I.
What's it called? I may have it in mind.
Yeah. It's not a hollow one. Character creation, haunted heroes.
Reborn?
A what?
Reborn. Yep, that's one.
Yeah, I think it might be a reborn.
Death isn't always the end.
Yeah. Okay, context. Introduction, character creation, creating domains, lineages. Yeah, Reborn, page 20 on my book here. Okay, Reborn, death isn't always the end. The Reborn exemplify this being individuals who have died, yet somehow still live. Some Reborn exhibit the scars of fatal ends, their ashen flesh, or like whatever. You have, but
Yeah.
the traits. You have a deathless nature. You have advantage on saving throws against disease and being poisoned, and have resistance to poison damage. You have advantage on death and saving throws. You don't need to eat, drink, or breathe, and you don't need to sleep, and magic can't put you to sleep. So, and there are dark gifts.
Text me your email address.
Me?
Yeah.
He should just as an option for this because you
I'll send you an update to your Fight Club 5 so you can have it in there.
If you wanted to go into that. Otherwise, we could just run with the Zealot Barbarian, but there is some tweaks that I'd like to make to Zealot a little bit to make it. So later on in levels, I think it's like 10 or 14. If you all survive that long, outside of combat, you like once per day you could do Speak with Dead.
Oh, that's rad.
Because otherwise it's pretty good. And yeah. Now tell me about these other characters. So
Okay. The Bugbear Assassin
okay.
is basically a rogue and a scout for like a goblin army.
Okay.
And the goblin horde kind of like dispersed, and he chose to do something else, or he could have been free from that kind of life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
And then your sorcerer.
The Aberrant Mind Sorcerer is a cleric who became a sorcerer, Aberrant Mind, because he was kidnapped and kind of brainwashed. And so he has 3 imaginary friends that are actually his torturers that he sees images of.
Okay.
But he's changed it all because it happened at the trial.
Okay.
Kind of like Illithid that have done it.
Okay. Man. Those all sound really fun. I guess tell me about your gnome pugilist.
Why do you hate it so much?
Well, if I really hate it, it's gonna die.
Well, its full name is Penchorgan Punchy Jorvik. He, all jokes aside, he's kind of one of those guys who's lived a bit of a rough life. At this point in time, he's lost his family, and not in some tragic accident. It's more of his drinking, and he was a prize fighter. He was good at what he did, and he lost.
Okay.
And so his family left him.
Okay.
So he's kind of fallen from that high plane where he was of fame and all that, and now he's in the pits.
Okay.
You know, he makes his money pit fighting here and there, fight clubs, prize fighter for hire,
Okay.
and there may be some criminal aspects to it.
Okay. Hmm.
I mean, I picture him walking around, trench coat, classic, uh, Peaky Blinder type dress, brass knuckles.
Okay. You said brass knuckles. I've got big thing of all these modified, mundane and magical items that are brass knuckles that I have stored away. So, okay. Um. Well, what kind of game would you guys want to like? What kind of climate do you guys want to be in? Like, what do you want to be in a big city? Do you want to do like a city, like an urban campaign, or do you want to do, um, like, what do you guys want to do?
I mean, I would be down with the city.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this video would be great.
Okay.
I think that allows for the we picked to shine
Okay.
Yeah.
and explore kind of the dark undercity or something like that.
And cities wouldn't be too bad for if you guys both were playing close quarters, because there'd be a lot more cover,
Mm-hmm.
and it wouldn't be as much of a detriment.
And then on top of that boon that I sent Jeff and you, I thought I sent it to you
Maybe.
for melee peoples, but
Oh, that video's. Yep, didn't watch it.
of course you didn't.
I was playing a video game. I'm sorry.
Um. Okay, so I'm going to make a new one of these. I would usually use the battle map for it, but
There's giveaways.
yeah, to other things. So
Mm-hmm. For what? Oh, putting new names under things?
yeah, well, what is this? What I'm going to be adding in is an image existing. Okay.
Or wait. Oh, the other continents.
Okay. So the far right continent, that larger one, near the top is actually where Jeff and that other group is.
Oh, okay.
The continent to the far left of
Yeah, we're all the way across the world.
of Walkova, that is actually where Everyone Loves Doug.
Well, depending on how the ocean works. Not too far away.
Yeah. Now, the continent where Zendark and the kingdom of Norwell, we have not. You guys started there in the Adventures in the Fleet.
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that.
I forget that Guthrie was
Yeah.
in the Adventures of the Fleet. I forget that.
So we keep zooming in like this on it.
I wish my wife was more of a nerd and we could just add Jeff into the fleet again.
It has crossed my mind on multiple occasions, but I'm like, if we did,
we'd have to play multiple games. But okay, I know.
Well, we'd get through it so much quicker.
I've tried beating her, but it doesn't work.
Well, no, like I'm just like, like my thinking is like, we'd get through it quicker, then we could play Everyone Was Doug and add whoever we wanted to it. So
I know, but we'd still have only. Well, I mean, we'd still have to have an in-between game without her.
Yeah, which is this one.
I know.
Yeah, but let's see here. Because you're right, like the Drachna Empire, all you guys would actually know about, that is like a empire of Dragonborn. And Dragonborn in this are really not necessarily nomadic and everything. Where? Yep, this is the right time frame of this one. Yeah, because this one that printed off, this is the time frame of the fleet. This physical copy.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice, the names are different for multiple reasons. Yeah. So. Yeah. All right. So we actually. And the cool thing about this map generator that I use, I got to mess with the biome of it. So all the different, all this has different meaning. Like some of it means desert, and some of it means like jungle. So like this is like a
topographical map.
Mm-hmm. We could do. Yeah, there's
I have a question.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it's right above the kingdom of Norwell.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so that would be a large port city as well.
Okay.
And there's those islands there as well that are, I believe those are. I've got to look up those symbols again on the map, because that program actually made like whenever I messed with a part of a biome, it actually modified things so it would actually work with the rest of the planet.
Oh.
Biologically.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why everything, and I was just like, oh, and it explained why, and so it really helped me world build. So.
That's cool.
Yeah. We could be in the city of or there's
Have a noir game.
Yeah, pretty
Where
much
we
noir.
narrate all our stuff before we say anything.
Yeah. That is. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to. This is still gonna keep going, but I'm going to do. Is it that one? I think it's this one. That's the one I just. There's that one I had. Okay, thanks for Patreon. Right.
So what's your front runner character, Jeff?
What you mean?
I mean, you have one, like you have a bunch, but it's like, what's your favorite child?
Oh,
Because I know you were wanting to play the Bugbear Rogue on the other game that you, but then you switched off and played Esker.
yeah, which I'm really like.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's an old idea, or the other characters before that.
Esker's a little bit older than the Bugbear.
Okay.
My front runner for this game though is the Barbarian.
Okay.
I've been thinking on it for a little bit.
Have just like two crazy psychopaths beating the crap out of people in a robot.
That's pretty much what's
I love it. Though I am having a little bit of gnome regret.
Okay.
There's a part of me that's really leaning toward dwarf, and what me and Froggy talked about earlier, a dragon turtle born.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I approve that message. I I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Can you be a dragon turtle, and then Jeff, you switch to being like maybe like a wolf character,
Wait, what?
and we have like Tonka and Razor.
No, we're not gonna do that.
Actually, there is a wolf character that I had envisioned.
I'm not doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No.
Why not?
And maybe I'll have like an alien character, but he's just a little brain inside the stomach of
Dear
a
God,
larger
no.
robot.
Oh yeah, so he's monk, and then he still punches.
No.
An artificer looks for you
Okay.
because your body is your weapon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Froggy will beat all of us.
I know.
yeah. But no, I had an idea for a wolf shifter, half the beast barbarian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at,
Ooh.
and I can keep zooming in.
That is cool.
Are they seeing what we see?
I don't think they can see what I.
Are you seeing what we
I
see?
can't see the map.
I
Okay.
still see.
Oh, just the normal. The normal.
There's a way I can do it, but let's see. But I don't know how to at the moment. So let's go to.
You weren't that type of nerd. I know.
Yeah. Province Earth Zero is a map name.
Okay. So dwarf or dragon turtle. What kind of
Yeah.
dwarf would you be?
Yeah.
Would you be a hill
I
dwarf
think I'd
and be
probably-
tougher?
Yeah. It'd be more the tougher kind.
Or I do have elemental dwarves that are modified by being too close to the different ley lines.
Well, that would be awesome too. Interesting.
Like their hair's on fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do like Azers.
Yep. Okay, so here, so okay, Yeah, so this is. Do you see this, Chris?
Oh, so it shows all the biomes.
What it means, and then this is the tide.
All right.
Yeah.
It's a little excessive.
Well, it helps with everything. So, yeah. So this is port city of Fryn. So that'll be actually. I was saying it wrong. It's Fryn the way it was showing up.
Oh, it's not Ermin.
No, so it's Frin Fryn.
And yeah, okay.
Yeah. Oh, and then it says the biome. So this is a temperate deciduous forest. This is a tropical seasonal forest.
So southern part deciduous, tropical is northern.
Mm-hmm.
So basically at the Zendark line is where, and just a straight line across is all tropical above that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what I've got to do is I'm gonna save it.
All those little dots are trees. That's what you.
Okay, save. So this is Vadmir 4th campaign, and so I'm going to add that in and change the picture. Map. Downloads. Pictures.
What'd you put it in?
Great.
What'd you save it as?
Cancel. Save. Machine.
Open. Where's that at? Oh, it's a map file?
Yeah, okay, so I need to.
Or save as? Do you have a save as?
Let me see. Save.
JPEG or PNG?
Oh, export.
Export as JPEG.
JPEG.
There you go. Is it selected? Yep, they did it.
JPEG. Okay.
Don't worry, it's coming. Da-da-da.
Okay.
Look at it.
I need to make that smaller now.
Are you just moving it or making it smaller? There you go.
Holy stocky mushrooms.
How big did it?
It's really big, and it didn't even do the whole picture.
Oh, we're getting closer. Getting closer. Oh, a little bit more. Oh, another one. Maybe one more. Maybe one more.
Yep. Okay.
There.
There we go. Fryn, do you see that?
Yes.
Okay then. Cool.
That would be a good port city.
Mm-hmm.
Changing of the biomes and yes.
There's enough other cities and towns around.
Yep, there'd be. So what are the combat strength of cities or what? What is that? What are those?
More
More population or the swords?
I've got to look back at it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Once again I had a setting on it. Let's see. Tools. layers, textures, windrows, rivers, relief, routes, labels, icons. Still want the icons. Yep. Yeah, it's a regiment size.
It is. Wow.
At least that's what this thing had made. So that's a heck ton of archers right there.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But then it. Population's far larger than that, though.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So
You'd think it'd be like a tenth of the population would probably be soldier, maybe 5% of the population.
at least with their setup, the way, for our purposes, Fryn, like that one, you got like 60 some thousand.
Okay.
So it is a city.
And older cities like that would be really tightly populated.
Mm-hmm. And it has Fryn, like the location of this would actually have multiple walls. So there's some broken down ones that they've done that. So I'm gonna go back to the RP.
Yay!
Yay! You guys are back! Yay! So Fryn.
Friends and friends.
So what I'll do is I'll work.
friendly.
So I'll work on making the other map for Fryn itself. You've seen the map of Quickham, right? That I made.
No.
Here, I'll show the.
We can do it after.
No. See.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. That's what you guys are dealing with.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that city is over 100,000.
Yeah, you could have this.
Yeah, if you're in person.
Could have actual
physical maps.
physical maps on.
I know. I wish I was in purpose.
Do you want to grab the
Huh?
the puzzle box?
Oh, yeah. On the actual.
Yeah.
Design.
I don't think Neil has seen that.
No.
Or I don't know if Jeff has.
What?
I made a puzzle box that works.
Oh.
I feel like I'm.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm.
Then you just tighten it up.
Mm-hmm.
And that took me. It didn't take me very long to make it. So, yeah.
There we go. And it's big.
Yep.
Nice.
Cool, Fryn.
Okay. So
do you guys want to actually know each other ahead of time? We haven't done that in any of my campaigns yet. Everyone knowing each other. Well, actually, we did. We did in Grit, like the original game, but none of them understood that they'd known each other for a month, and so like they just met each other. It was really funny. So, yeah.
okay. I mean, I'm a robot, so I can either be turned on or off
I got to go over lore with you.
at any moment.
Let me show you what is in.
Oh yeah, in your world everything's different.
Yes, everything's
Yeah.
different. Bless you.
Thanks. I forgot to mute.
Let the demons out.
Okay, so this is one of the floating cities that you come from.
Ooh, I like your lore better.
And then this is like one of the Marhoon has a pillar like that there's a city above a city that rotates to make sure that the sun still hits the city below. And then, so here's an example of like one of the other locations. And then and then this one and this are actually survivor cities from one of the places.
So the big chain that we see in
that is from a different.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Different city. Okay, all right.
So okay, so well, because you're a Warforged, you'd actually remember the universe you're from originally.
That's just if you want me to.
No, it would be fun lore wise because you just know like there's the possibility of death at all times.
Mm-hmm.
But the Warforged from where you came from were created by humanoid hands.
First thing, okay, if we're doing artificer guns, because that changes a few things.
Well, what kind of guns would you be wanting? Because if you're going to do the cannon,
I know the
spell,
artillerist is a gun,
but it's a spell cannon, which makes sense. Whereas like muskets make more sense because you would. Magic is far easier than making black powder. So why in the hell would you make why would that technology continue?
Yeah.
Because you're too smart for your own good, kind of thing.
Well, just pick up a freaking scroll and pop it into a scroll gun, which I've made the stats for. Just like
that sounds great.
The guns like from Outlaw Star. Like you pop the different cartridges in and you blast. I was trying to make an Outlaw Star game, but the issue was I'm like, how in the heck am I gonna make that work? So, yeah.
Well, it's either I make weapons or I make armor, basically. Be focused wise, otherwise it.
Here, let me go into
or golems of sort.
Save.
And then have another punchy in the front lines.
Yeah.
Okay, so I go to this, and I go to. Okay, I have 20.
If I play a dwarf,
Yeah.
I can mine your metal and smelt it for you.
That's only if you know how to do that.
Oh yeah.
I just sent you.
I could do the smelting with some.
I just sent you
something.
A whole bunch of artificer homebrew stuff.
Okay.
So if you are an artificer, if you're going to be enchanting and making stuff like that, that means I get to go through the different periodic table I made. Cool.
You encouraged me. This is partially your fault too.
Yes, it's definitely partially my fault, but so I'm like, okay, so because like I've searched up different.
Either way, we're going on here. You're expanding the game because if I go to the what's it called, the alchemist side of it, then you go. I think there's a lot more fun stuff that you could do with that.
But would you have fun with that?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's another character I could do.
Yep.
I would have fun with the
more like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde character, but that's.
We could because
I have the minis.
Because friend could actually be like almost like steampunk.
Okay, no, I'm Warforged. I'm going Warforged more.
Just like, or would you guys like to? Because in my world, what has happened is this is the hub where multiverses have fallen and the only survivors have been brought here. So you have all these conglomerations of all these different cultures and different things all mishmashing. So there's cities that are trying to be what they once were. So
I'd be down with that. I like the idea.
I'll be
Feels
the
very
nice.
Bioshock.
I'm not a.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit less British.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a little. Well, I don't know. It'd just be more magic.
Because there are cities like Ratnakara that do like the realms of like Eberron and Ravnica and stuff. I've picked pieces from, and there's cities that are those things pretty much.
Ooh.
But the steampunk one could be like I had it envisioned somewhere else, but it would make sense that it would be there in a port city, and that they'd be like there should be coal around places like that are pretty much like forests. So
Yeah.
Frin note
I
steampunk.
dig it.
I'm okay with it. If you guys are.
Yeah.
All right.
So this is okay. Then in that case, most of the population here are dwarves and gnomes,
Mm.
and a lot of like there are a lot of Durgar, Drow. There are some interesting like it's usually dark, just because of all the smoke and the soot. So you've got a lot of like darker things that way. They're yeah.
Neil, how would your dwarf feel about orcs?
Or turtle.
Say that again. It was a little
How would your dwarf feel about orcs?
orcs.
Yeah.
I think the nature of where he's at, where he lives, because at this moment he's kind of cut off from his clan, from all that stuff. So, yeah, he'd be okay with orcs.
Okay.
I would have. Yeah, that'd be. I'm going to be talking to you about preconceptions and knowledge of species from past generations.
Okay, just so you know.
So whichever species I come into contact with, I'm looking at
Okay, so there's
the past generations of, instead of the like they could just be wearing like suits and ties. I'm like, barbarians are a great. These sycophants will rip each other apart just for the fun of
okay,
it.
so we
Like, no, we're playing chess.
there is multiple like where Warforges came from.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to kind of choose which one, because there is one where it was a utopian society of Warforges that the humanoids had passed away, sadly.
Okay.
So that would be a utopian society but most of them went to McNur. What's the name of that one, Jeff? McCanus, isn't it?
Mechanism.
Yes.
Yeah, mechanics. Yeah. So most of them have been transported there. Some are here, but then there's other ones that were made as warriors, like the usual lore is. But then there are the floating cities that. So there you've got all these different. So. Yes. So. Just making notes on. And there are. I thought I sent you that other type of Warforge that I had found. Oh, that's where I sent it.
Yeah, I was thinking if it doesn't exactly mesh well with this, then I can easily swing it as Goliath.
As a what?
Goliath,
Oh.
That could be fun.
because then he would know Dwarvish,
Yeah.
and so there's not really.
I mean, you could also play as the Bugbear Scout and just say that you, like, basically know enough Dwarvish and stuff like that because you were tracking them, or, like, that aspect, and you'd be a good, like, street urchin in that city because you're naturally sneaky.
That's true.
That'd be real cool.
No, yeah, no, there's a lot of possibilities. You can basically be whatever you want. Like with a cityscape, like.
Okay, I'm gonna send this to our group here. This is one of the modified Warforges. This would be this is a type of ward forged from one of the other worlds.
You do that?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like floating armor.
okay.
And then this is what some of the war forges from the Utopian Society look like. Chris.
Oh, yeah, they would be.
But when they're like this, they're terrifying looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not saying that you'd have to do that, but just saying that you didn't know that there are other ones like that.
It's not like I couldn't integrate them into myself.
What are you snickering about now?
It's adding realism into a campaign. It's like, oh, there's fees for property damage for your entire campaign. There's been, you've been evading taxes for all the income that you've gotten. The fantasy IRS is after you.
Don't let me. Yeah, I purposely I try my best to keep that not happening, but you know.
You're like,
No,
well,
my favorite
realism
fantasy
being realism.
Yeah.
Is the what?
is the Department Against Dungeons. It's like, sir, your castle has been abandoned for almost a year. We're going to have to fine you if you don't move in or have something done to clean it up. Otherwise, a lich is probably going to move in.
They always do. If there's an abandoned like house, the necromancer will move in, or the
Yeah.
evil alchemist making some sort of
Exactly.
Do a
Frankenstein.
campaign called Clerical,
Yep.
and it's all clerics, but they're having to go and like do the adjusting for different battles that happen. Pay taxes.
No.
You could be a source. What? Not. Is it Aberrant Mind? Which one's the where it's just like all cogs and gears and
Clockwork Sorcerer?
Oh, it is a clockwork. Okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it'd be all about order and stuff, like putting stuff back together.
Mhm.
Work. Okay. All right. Well, so are we at? Is Punchy a turtle or is he a dwarf?
Mm-hmm.
Dwarf. I've settled. I feel good about this.
Okay. Now we get to choose what kind of dwarf. Do you want? Let's go through. Let me go through this. I had.
I'm leaning towards Draugr.
Durgar. Okay.
Okay.
Or Durgar, yeah.
That's the sunlight sensitivity ones.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me send you this, Neil. Actually, I'll just send it to the. I already sent you this, Jeff.
Yeah.
But it's that elemental and beyond.
Yeah.
Just so you guys have it for the subclasses and stuff like that to add if you wanted to.
No good.
Now I'm going to do. I had sent. Now this document here for any martial class, I'm thinking of implementing these how to buff marshals. So, okay, so you're Durgar, and you're a prize fighter. So you're going to be a fighter that does hand to hand, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I fully intend on him like it is fist.
Okay.
I mean, yes, brass knuckles, gauntlet, whatever he can use.
Okay. And what are you kind of leaning towards now, Jeff? Like what?
Like, dude, I didn't want to do orcs because I was thinking mountains, but I was like, orcs could still inhabit like a ruined part of that city if there's something like that.
Yeah. Now we have to go into what colored orc do you if you green orcs. Okay, I've got a lot of lore between the green and the green and the gray orcs.
Well, I was already imagining gray.
Gray. Okay, cool. Gray orcs are usually ones in a horde. They can't actually blacksmith or create. They can't even farm because they have a curse on them because of that side of Grumpsh has just gone to war.
Okay.
So like you're so you could try, like for instance, they could try to make a sword, but it starts to rust almost automatically. It still does damage, but it just doesn't. Yeah.
Gives people tetanus.
Pretty much, yeah. Whereas the green orcs can actually, they can forge and things like that, but they're a lot more rare.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would that make sense for kind of like a strange tribe of gray orcs to be inhabiting kind of a ruined part of that city?
Yeah. Well, you guys could actually have been like mercenaries because most gray orcs are hired out as mercenaries if they are in a city, or
Okay.
you could be the brute from the brute squad of the city.
Mm-hmm.
But you said you kind of broke away from your family, right? You were kind of the runt.
Yeah.
So you could have. So how did this breaking away happen? Like you survived this horrible smackdown from your clan.
Yeah.
Did they just toss you off a boat and you just washed up on the shore?
That could work.
Leave you on the end of a caravan, and
Yeah.
another caravan picks him up.
Yeah, something like that. Because you could have just ended up in this city somehow.
Do the old
Okay.
the gladiator thing,
Yeah, you could have.
like the whole.
You
like,
you could know Punchy because you were gladiators together.
Okay.
Do you like that? I'm just throwing ideas out. I just want to make sure. I just doing
No.
it again.
yeah, and he's got a.
No, honestly, I think that fits well.
Okay.
It fits well with the reborn, how he's gonna have some like memory loss, right?
Yeah, only if you want to use the reborn. If you want,
Did
I-
you?
you don't have to if you don't want. I just wanted to throw it out there as an option because with the reborn, it just makes sense if you like kind of look a little creepier. Yeah.
If you download it or import it into Fight Club 5 from my email that I sent you,
Yeah.
you can.
I already did.
Okay, yeah, you see it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Good job, nerd.
So you're a gray half orc or full orc?
I'll do full.
Full orc. Okay.
He's a fork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. We should probably start doing some rolls now, shouldn't we?
Okay.
Good.
Do you recall how we roll with mine?
Nope.
You don't?
No.
78. Well,
72.
72.
So you've got
72.
you've got
Yeah.
72.
Okay.
But we're gonna be. Let me go to the.
And then we roll 5 and whatever's left over.
Yes, you roll 5 of them. You still roll 4d6, throwing out the lowest one, and we do that 5 times, and then we subtract your total number from 72 and whatever that difference is.
Trying to roll a d20.
Yeah.
Here, I've got all these
got-
d6. See that down to your right, the ground? All those white ones?
Yep.
You could.
Yep, they're better.
Yeah. Those ones are. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Are we going to go around first roll and go around the table and
You don't have to.
so we can ooh and ah at each number that we get so that everybody can follow along?
No, we don't need to do that. Dude. We don't need to do that. Unless
Make
you
it
really.
let's make it a spectacle. Come on, boys.
I guess if you really, really want to, man. All right.
Ugh. 14. All right. 14.
14, cool.
13 and 14.
Nice.
14.
We'll roll the 16.
Yes. Good job.
Yeah.
13. I'll do this again. If I do this again,
No.
where I have like just an even character.
Yep. The last War Forges you made that we didn't use was absolutely perfectly even.
Yeah, that's what
Wow.
it's gonna be. Okay, that's 7. 5. 14, 14, 13, 12.
Add them up and subtract from 72 and see what you got, man. Golly.
I'm supposed to roll 5.
5 of them total.
Wow.
Wait,
How many did you do?
I have 4. Okay.
Yeah, one more.
And then subtract the lowest one.
What do you mean? You roll 4d6 and you don't use the lowest number on.
Oh, I'm doing this all wrong then.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, there we go. Redo.
Yep. So you don't count the 1.
Okay, so that's 8.
Wow, that's a big difference.
Wait, we dropped the lowest one?
Yeah, the lowest.
16.
Of the 4d6 you're rolling.
Yeah.
11.
Awesome. I get to run into the I get to use my my steampunk stuff I've got.
Sorry, Frog, I broke you.
What do you mean?
My total score for 5 of them is above 72.
Oh my gosh. So you actually
That's what I
have almost a 0 in one of them. What's the total?
It would be -3.
Negative 3, dear lord.
Because I got a 16, 16, a 13, 13, and a 17. So it's 75 total. 72
Wow.
minus 5 equals -3.
You can still function if you had a 6, but what you'd have to do is you'd have to give up, like, ability score advancement at like 2 levels.
Okay. Yep, that works.
Oh, man.
Huh.
Low charisma again?
Well, because you can't have a 0 in one of them.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if I'm understanding this right, I roll the 3 dice, drop the lowest one,
You roll.
add all that together.
Yeah, you roll your 4.
Four.
You drop the lowest.
Add it all together.
Yep.
Subtract it from 72,
Yep.
and the points that are left over, it's what I.
Yep. Your last one.
That's my. Okay, yeah, no, that's going to be a -1.
Oh.
All right.
Okay. So.
Well, because out of 72, with
You did 73 total.
yeah.
Oh, that's so interesting. This is the third time that's happened. And the first time was with Chris's first character. And now you guys' 2 characters.
Yep. But I was at least positive. I would have had a leftover 4.
That's good.
I would have a leftover 4.
Yeah.
And we made it into... We subtracted 2 and made it into an 8 or something.
6.
Yeah, it was 6, yeah. That's right. Because he's 7 now. He's got a 7 in strength.
No, he doesn't. He has an 18.
Well, now he has a belt of troll... Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But underneath it all, it's a 7.
it all. Okay, so let me...
Consult the gods.
I'm looking at how bad a 4... Well, if you put a score at 4, just make sure it's not intelligence. Because you'd have trouble talking.
Yeah.
I might throw it into charisma. Call my character really ugly.
No, it's not just... It could be just confidence. That's what charisma is. Your confidence
Well, yeah.
and your willpower. But you could still... Otherwise, you could be like... He could have the best willpower, but he's like so ugly, it doesn't matter. If that's what you're going for.
I just thought about putting in charisma so he wouldn't be likable.
So everyone's dump stat is charisma?
I don't know.
I might quickly make the sorcerer.
I can. I can dump strength, I guess. Yeah.
So,
I
wait,
can dump
so
strength.
you're gonna be the face? The robot's gonna be the face? Awesome.
Well. No. Well.
Okay, and
Wait,
so
we have a guy named Punchy.
Yeah.
Is he gonna be the face? Is.
Well, I'm thinking of.
And then we have an orc. Who's gonna be?
Yeah.
I'm a pugilist, so I feel like I need to have wisdom.
Why do I make these characters who try to be... I'm trying to be more of a background character, and then I end up being the lead. Why does this always... Okay, well, that may happen with Punchy, so you may turn Punchy into what happened with me in Bare Hands. Because I was hoping Bare Hands would just be like, oh, look, he's wacky!
okay, so these are the steampunk style warforges.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking more like, like Droideka mixed with, like that's his battle mode. So, yeah, that kind of.
Okay. It's gonna be funny to. It's gonna be fun to find the minis for all these.
I know. Because Hero Forge doesn't do too well on Warforged. They're not that good.
But Rescale did awesome Warforges.
Yes, they did. Oh, those are more like your artistic. Yes, okay. But those are big. I would have to scale those down.
So
They're all
Chris,
big?
Huh?
if it would help you to play the way that you want to play your robot.
No, don't you dare.
Nope.
You always do this.
Yep, you don't
every single time.
Nope, we're
you
not
do
doing that.
this every time. You
And it works
always
out well. for
you always cater to somebody else in the game. No. If that is my burden, I will bear it.
Bare hands it.
Yes.
Either that or
So 12.
is there any way to multi-class Barbarian and Paladin?
Yeah.
Well, are smites considered magic? No, they're not.
Okay.
Not in 2014. In 2024, they are.
What level do you have to get to where you use your charisma as your... do you use your charisma as your attack bonus with Paladin?
No.
Oh.
You can choose to.
So, I mean, that you would have to make it heavy armor dump. What? Well...
No, you don't necessarily have to.
Well,
you could a paladin still could have charisma as a dump stat.
We could do... We could do more of that Warlock Warforged that we were looking at, and maybe that'd be... Well, no, we need intelligence. Okay. I can have my secondary stat
Let me
be...
see something.
Well, no, because what?
I'm gonna have an extra armor class, so that counts as
Well, no, because
dexterity. So I can have dexterity.
Neil, how did you?
I know. I'm trying. Hang on.
Okay, there we
Trying
go.
to look at my thing.
Well, if necessary, I could always have an NPC with you guys initially.
Doing the talking.
Well, no, just like, I don't know, just for if we need something.
sure. It does fit something that I wanted to do. So I think I could multi-class Paladin, and then I'll dump stat Wisdom.
Okay. I'll
I'll say that he's really gullible.
really gullible, and you don't notice stuff very well,
Okay.
which is terrifying.
Here we are.
Yep. But it would make sense, why you got jumped.
Yeah.
Paladin.
I'm going to do that.
So, do you want to start as the paladin or start as the barbarian?
Ooh. What brought you back? Your rage or
Or a deity?
Yeah.
Probably his rage.
Okay. So you want to at least get to level 3. Well, might as well go to level 5 as a barbarian. Wait, no, my multi-class works different, so never mind.
Well, depending on which rules you used. Because made me into a murder hobo.
Well, no, if we use the way that mine off of Dungeon Coach is, so you...
Which one? He has 3.
He has more than 3.
Oh, of course he does.
He has more than 3 on that, but so you could start off as barbarian to level 3 to at least get to the zealot.
Yeah.
And then level 4 and 5 you could either do barbarian or the paladin, but then once you hit if you want to get the smiting ability from the paladin, whatever level that is for that, you could make that when is that?
Well, the problem would be he wouldn't be using stat wise. He would be extremely misallocated because he wouldn't be using his charisma for anything.
Well, no, because
other than just talking.
he's dumping wisdom.
like a 4?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you.
Like, if you told me the sky was red, I'm colorblind.
He's an orc too. It makes sense with Warhammer.
No, he just believes.
He believe. So you're.
his belief in like destruction and
Yeah.
okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that would be okay. That's a fucking character. Okay,
That's
all right. All right.
That's freaking awesome.
Okay, yeah, you're not giving anything up for me. Okay, all right.
No,
good.
okay.
Okay. Okay.
You
all
made-
right.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
That is awesome. Okay, what kind of weapon do you want to be carrying?
Everything.
You're a multi-weapon kind of guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then well, because I'm thinking of all the minis that Chris and I have.
Oh,
The easiest is probably an axe.
An axe, okay.
are you going to be armored or are you going to be shirtless?
I'm shirtless.
Okay. All right. I have X. Okay. Wait.
You've got a lot of those, and what we can do is, I think we have a bunch of weapon things that we're supposed to be able to put onto things. We could print those off and actually just have them hanging.
I'm pretty sure I have guys with axes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, do you want to be green and we can give you George's mini?
What gray orcs do you have?
We don't have we haven't painted a bunch yet.
I beautifully painted one mini, George. But for the other
George.
game, he's my best friend for the other game.
Yeah, he is.
Here, I'll just.
So for gray orcs, I have this. Here. I've got this one already.
Okay.
And then I've got this one and this one. Here. I'll take pictures of them.
That I made. I sent you what, George. I mean, that's at least his skin. Oh, I don't know. It probably looks like. Are you an iPhone?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
crap. It'll look like crap. Never mind. It'll look like a messy blur. I forget.
These are the 3 gray orcs that I have at the moment, excluding Rhaegoth. Or you could be an extreme rarity, the pig-faced orcs.
Go ahead and send me a picture of that.
Of the pig-faced orc?
Yeah, if you got one.
I don't. I want. I've been trying to find, like, what I've been imagining what they look like, but I haven't been able to find them. So.
Got it.
But those are the 3 that I have at the moment. But I definitely want to make you your own, and we just have to find a dwarf in a trench coat for Neil.
Yeah.
So you'd go. So what archetype do you have to choose, Neil, to actually do the pugilist? Is there actual, like?
Yeah, there. And I'll send it to you. I actually got it off of DM Guild,
Okay.
and it has the whole thing for it. But I'm thinking about going with Iron Chin,
Okay.
and it has different parts of that where like one of the skills is School of Hard Knocks.
Okay. Sounds
like
cool.
Yep.
Okay. Just thinking of all the terrain I gotta finish now. Okay.
All the city tiles and all that.
And remaking sewer tiles, possibly.
You can still use those. Those are still good.
I can still use them, but that's not what I want it to be.
I know.
I can use that for now, but like I want to make the yeah, so you guys each have a stat of 4 in something, which is really funny.
Not me. 8.
Except for
I got
you.
8.
Yeah, 8.
All right. I'm closer to average, like a robot would be.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm thinking mine's gonna go into charisma.
Okay.
Well, mine can be. I can still dump strength.
Yeah.
So I feel like I would need dexterity and wisdom and cunning, like intelligence.
Mm-hmm. Well, with this pugilist, do you actually get an unarmored defense?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'll read it a little bit to you. Just bear with my close space.
Yep. Bearing with you. Rawr. Are you looking through minis right now?
I'm sending him the northern orcs.
Okay. So, what I'm saying is that northern orcs, when we make those a lot of those would be green, and then the newer ones that just came out from Rescale that all are armored up, those would be gray.
I thought the newer ones are the northern orcs. I thought.
Nope. The most recent ones with the wyvern.
Yeah, no, it's a white dragon, I thought, or silver dragon. Yeah. Yes.
No.
No.
There's a more newer one than that, man.
What?
Yeah.
I'm the one with the thingy.
Or is it Archvillain that did it? No, it's not Archvillain.
Rescale.
Let me pop on Patreon.
Uh-oh. Look who we have for this next month's
Yeah, I know. I just saw that too.
minis for
Rescale,
yeah,
which is perfect.
little bad aid dwarfs.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, cliffside orcs.
Yes, that's the one.
Oh. Okay. I own these too.
Yep. The cliffside ones.
Yeah, so if you look for rescale miniature cliffside orcs and northern orcs from rescale, do I have? I wish I could search inside, like. Archvillain orcs would be too crazy, wouldn't they?
Well, no, not necessarily.
So, it is light armor. I'm mistaken.
Okay.
And the subclasses aren't necessarily a subclass. The way this one does it is kind of like your fight school or your arena, your
Mhm.
club. It's like fight clubs, arena royale, dog and hound, bloodhound bruisers, hand of dread, piston vinegar, the squared circle, the sweet science.
Okay. Here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take...
I mean, he could be Korgel Gut Spiller.
Yes, he could be Korgel Gut Spiller. Who wouldn't
I
want
just
to be?
sent that over to you, Froggy.
Okay, cool. I'm doing screenshots of this to send
Okay.
to him.
For both your information, I have the entire library of fantasy miniatures from Loot Studios.
Nice.
So if you go onto Loot Studios, you can search all their stuff. You can search their miniatures through. They have like an app. I have most of the miniatures from Arch Villain Miniatures, and I have most of the miniatures for Rescale Miniatures. And I always have a 50% off discount code for them. So if you see stuff on like My Mini Factory and I don't have it, it would probably cost us like $4 max instead of like you spending 10 on one. But Jeff, I sent you some of the stuff.
Okay.
You said you wanted an axe?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, really anything.
No.
No, I'm saying like literally my character will use anything as a weapon.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm not picking.
Well, it looks like Korgal Gut Splitter has all kinds of weapons.
I don't know which one that is. I like the name.
The Orc Legacy from Arch Villain. Okay. Honestly, I could use one of the other poses of the George Mini. And,
Yeah.
And I could, with more fur and paint him gray.
Yeah. How did you try to send it to me, Neil?
Oh, sorry. Email.
Which email?
Froggy. I will tell you.
It might be went to junk. Let me see.
Underscore 227 at Hotmail.
Yeah, I have not gotten it yet.
Would you like me to send it anywhere different?
Oh, I just received it. Okay, sorry.
Awesome. And obviously, if that doesn't work for you, I'm down to adjust.
I am pretty flexible with stuff.
Yep.
Chris, which guts are you thinking?
They're all pretty cool, huh?
They are pretty cool.
I mean, they're a little bit extra on those. Those are like kind of brutal dudes. I don't know what size they are, because sometimes the sizing on those dudes are huge.
Yeah.
But no, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have access to all of those.
Honestly, the next look at 3.
Write it down and send it to me, because I will forget. Like, either write down your top ones, go through all the stuff just to make sure, like, if you have a theme or a way you want him to look, because there's 2 sets of orcs from Rescale, and then there's, I think, 2 sets of orcs from Arch Villain, and then there's orcs from Loot Studios. Like, you have a lot to go through.
Mm.
So I kind of get frustrated whenever they don't when they make them on Hero Forge.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I have so much better minis.
Yeah, that look good.
Yeah, like they're just like professionals detail these.
Yeah.
I dig it. I'm gonna make use of it.
Because I mean, that's where your like your what's his name?
Denon?
Denon, yeah, that's where he came from. That's why you got a cool mini. Because we modified one of the awesome minis that we have.
Mm-hmm.
He looks really cool.
I love it. And he does look really cool. I agree.
Action pose and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He did a really good job.
And then Capri.
I know.
Then I even I've modified so she'd have her scythes, her sickles. Oh man, this is fun. And use Fight Club to make your character so you can pick your backgrounds and whatnot.
I'll see if I can import this in there.
You can make it in there.
Okay.
Is it an actual different class?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so you actually go in and you click on class, and there's a plus sign at the bottom. You make a new class.
Okay.
You get to add all this information in, like the ones that you actually need. You're probably gonna have to do it more than once to figure it out.
Yeah.
So,
because I haven't used Fight Club 5 in 6 years or more.
well, that's what I mainly use for all my games, so I can actually send stuff to people.
And I have all updated stuff, and as far as in like it has all the books from 5e in it. So
okay.
I can send you that file. I just sent it to Jeff, so I can.
That'd be awesome.
If you text me your email, I can send it to you.
The email. Check into email.
I will send it to you shortly.
Okay.
Or when we get done, because I'm sure everybody's done hooking up my nose.
No. We love your long, flowing locks of nose hair.
Yeah.
I work on them really hard.
I know that.
It just feels good that you take notice.
It's like, isn't there one of the? It's like I think it's called Orc Conspiracy from.
Eberron.
No, Luke.
Oh. Well, now I'm wondering about the.
Orcs of Butcher Hold. It's cool.
I found some dwarf pugilists.
Did you?
Nice.
Here, just cycle through all those suckers.
Yeah, that's a lot to choose from.
Yep.
They actually look pretty decent.
Yep. Okay, so we got to figure out why you guys are together. Otherwise, I could, come up with all of that. But, like, do you want to be a part of an organization or?
Am I looking for muscle?
Hmm. This dwarf
I
monk.
can see that.
That's funny. It already has brass knuckles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or conspiracy. Let's see.
I can see having dealings with an organization or two. Could be somewhat shady.
We have another organization associated with the fleet. Nice.
Or it could just be, like I said, we're pit fighters.
Mm-hmm.
What, make him a werebore?
That's wicked.
I could do it. Or are you talking about the dwarf?
Hmm.
For the werebore?
Well, the other, I was thinking more in line with the, what's it called? Your,
Yeah.
being the other type of orc or whatever.
Oh, the pig head?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have this mini.
What?
I mean, I've always liked
You have that
the,
one?
I asked you to download it before they took it down. It should have been.
If I said I did, I did. But
Yeah.
I have thousands of dollars in
Yeah.
minis.
Yes. Yeah. He does.
Yeah, I don't pay game fees. I pay mini fees.
Yeah.
I-
This one has a mustache.
Pig heads.
all these monsters and minis come from this guy, except some of your characters that you choose.
I'm sending you.
I like yours. I like Esker.
Yeah.
I liked painting him.
I'm sending you some, Neil. So.
I'm seeing them now.
The one I just sent you, I have that mini. So.
Is it still sticky?
I like that one.
He might be too tall though.
That's the only qualm I would have.
Yeah, that's.
There it is.
Guy with the hammer. Juka 3. Oh. Okay. I think that's skinny. That may be a female orc.
Yeah, I had that thought too, but I didn't see.
I mean,
The skinniness, though, made me think of.
Well, just from the way that Arch Villain does their minis, like it's the dudes are giant and bulbous, and the women are usually scantily clad, but yeah, I would look through. What was the other one? So, Cliffside Orcs,
Mm-hmm.
and that's
I sent him the big group of it.
the big group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you can't look at the individual ones. Well, okay, you could still zoom in on these. They're a little bit too armored, aren't they?
Well, some of them aren't.
Oh, whoa, look at that giant hammered, just
Mm-hmm.
shirtless giant. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Some of these guys with their just mouth hanging open look goofy. Oh, it comes with a crap ton of goblins, too.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, mutton chops. Yep. All right.
I have an uncle who has mutton chops.
Yeah.
It's brave.
Yeah,
It's bravery right
Uncle
there.
Wilson.
Okay, so and that's just a teaser of those.
Of the new ones, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, more trolls, huh?
Yeah, I'm excited about those. Here.
Ooh. When did you get this one?
He was one of the first ones I actually bought.
Oh, all right.
Never got to use it.
Yeah, because is that the story of Sparky kind of story kind of thing?
It could have been
Part of there.
It could have been, yeah.
Yep. Maybe them fighting against that, or giants, or something along the line of that.
Well, now I can actually use that
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Actually, I'll actually show you another one I did.
Oh, that's more Sparky.
Yep.
That's Sparky. That's more long dragon.
Yep.
Long.
And then I had that all prepped, and she just ran up and
I know,
pulled
jumped
the
and just like rolled nat 20s and
Yep.
pulled the sword out of his back and then
Yep.
just ran away.
Yep.
That was the weirdest encounter. A shambling mound, right?
Yep. Just randomly
Their
there.
stats are like horrible. Like you don't
Yes.
want to. Yeah, and then that whole thing. So we're like, oh, let's keep away from it. It seems to be chasing us, but it's not that fast. And it
Mhm.
was in like the swamp, kind of like slowly lumbering after us.
Yep.
And he was describing it as it looked like it's been in a bunch of battles, and it's got a bunch of like spears and arrows and like a beautiful
Sword.
decorated sword sticking out of its back. And Emily goes, "I'm just gonna run up and try to pull it out." And he goes, "Okay." And I was expecting, I'm like, well, there goes her character. I'm like,
Yeah.
because there's, I'm like, not much. I'm like, I'm a blaster, but I can't take that thing down before it rips her apart.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, all that stuff is just like, it's a grapple monster. And she runs up, nat 20s and nat 20s, and pulls it out of the back, and then jumps off and nat 20s and runs across, and then comes back and is like, I got it!
Yeah.
And then proceeds to never use it again.
Yeah.
Just has an amazing, like, awesome, like, plus a D8 at level, like, 1 or 2.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then it was like you could charge it up with a plus another D8 of, I think it was like plus 2d8 ice damage.
That's amazing.
That's the other sword. Was at 1d4. Your first hit of the day is a 1d4 ice. This you guys never figured out what that sword does.
Of course. Well, it's probably an extra super awesome.
Yep.
A fighter would love to have sword.
Yep. It was.
Yeah.
That she just like threw in her bag with all her other swords that
Yep.
were sticking out, and yeah.
Yep.
That sounds amazing.
And her spider armor and dagger. I mean,
Mhm.
she had a lot of cool stuff. I keep on like feeding them good items. I'm like, this would be good for your character. Put
Yep.
it on.
Yep. And then they just don't use it.
Mage stone on the end of your crossbow, so you can use it as a focus and shoot crossbow bolts whenever you as a. Okay, yeah, that's what I set up my wife as. But no,
That's about right.
Oh, this means Friend is going to be a port city, not just of ocean, but also some of the sky ships. So that's fun.
yeah, so that's a possibility of, depending on what timeline you set it in.
It's going to be the same time as Everyone Loves Doug and
Oh.
Adventures in the League. So I don't want to.
Okay. You got them fully across. Well, that's basically your equator right now.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, because
They're
Adventures
north
in-
of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're the far north.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
In an interesting
It
spot.
doesn't though. No.
Not yet.
Yeah.
It's a magic world with teleportation. Like it's just one. It's like
Yeah.
one door away from like, hey, you want to teleport to where these
Yeah.
guys are?
Yeah. Yeah.
We didn't know what was going
Why
on
is the
here.
world imploding?
Yeah, just like Kermit going, ah! Ah! Like we're leaving. Okay,
We're done.
you guys have fun with that.
Cool.
Hey, who's this? Well, they call him the Great Bear Hands.
Oh dear
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
No.
I would love that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to make the Archfey version of him. Like somehow get a mini made.
Yeah.
I think his title should be the Menagerie,
The menagerie. Yeah.
because that's what he is.
Well, okay. It's like I was thinking he doesn't his mind is broken enough to where he straightforward thinks, and he's in the Fey realm, so thoughts matter. Like, and how you believe stuff, it changes the world around you.
Yep.
So whenever he's interacting with mommy,
Mhm.
and now he married her daughter,
Yep.
so mommy is actually mommy now. So like, and he's always thought he was a dragon lord. So and it compounded on itself because he caught the fairy dragon at the carnival game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he got his own kingdom because Steve heart shot a peach and shot the pit out and murdered the ruler, and then somehow Nat 20'd and saved me from the evil chair, and then now I'm the king of that realm.
Yep.
So it's like I'm drawing on a lot of power, and it's not anything, and he thinks it's all good. It's like where your character would be like, "Oh, this is all new. I'm just like a halfling. How did I get here? Like, there's no way." He's like, "Yep, this is right. Yep, I should be doing this." So, like, everything is pooling into him, and he wouldn't think him changing wouldn't be other than normal. Like it would.
This
Yeah,
how
I don't.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, because he immediately psyche switched because he was talking to another hag at a market.
Mhm.
There was another hag at a market who peered into his mind, and then he was. Yeah, when you flip to see how much he was listening in his own mind as she was like saying stuff to him in his own mind. That's what I flipped for. And I was like, he didn't like hear half what she said. He's like, what did he think she said? Oh, he's telling him his own name. I'm like, what does his name sound like? Dragon Lord. Okay, yep.
That's my name.
That's what she said his name was. Dragon Lord. Like, okay. Well. And that's just having a coin flip is that made my craziest character now. Which is insane. I'm min-maxing another character, which I didn't think it was going to be super min-maxed, but he smacks, which is what your bugbear assassin rogue would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would smack at the first round of combat. He would.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would murder some people.
Mm-hmm.
You would.
Yeah, absolutely.
What classes were you gonna do? Rogue, what?
Assassin rogue.
Oh, you were gonna double down on the assassin.
I was.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, he's not an assassin. Assassin is just a subclass.
You have 1 minute.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to stop the stream, and then we can still chat and stuff. But I'm gonna put it on organizing stuff on the stuff.
Okay.
All right.